Hello and welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. Today we're going to do another 2023 year ahead projection reading. Today it's going to be on SSERAFIM because I don't think I've done any readings on them yet. So if you've watched any of my other year ahead projections, I do 3 cards for every month of the year and we try to see what the group's going to be up to. You know, highs, lows, all that good stuff. So yeah, I want to try to incorporate, especially there's been a lot of really good girl groups lately, and yeah, when I pulled the cards out, they kind of were telling me to do a girl group today, so let's do that. I think so far for 2023, I just did an ATEEZ reading, and that's probably the only one that should be up on the channel by now, aside from the ones I did for last year for 2022. For January, the SSERAFIM. Okay, we got 4 cards for January. I'll take it. This is my Desney Tarot Deck, and as you can see, it's highly inspired by the art of a certain animation company that's widely known, but the creators do not wish to get sued. So let's see, we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse for January, Wands, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So we're seeing some quiet times in January. Not uncommon. They may be taking their breaks to see family after all the big year-end shows, or they may just not be super out in the public, you know. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse means they're not working, and I just don't think they're also super involved in any comeback planning quite at that time. Page of Wands also in reverse means like new creative things are not happening. So yeah, looks like not a lot of work getting done, but a lot of, you know, quality time with either their family or together. They're getting to show people how much they care. They may be out also talking to the fans, still being social and that kind of thing. We may see, especially one of them, maybe taking opportunity doing something else. We'll probably see brand deals. They've been, I think, getting brand deals left and right. So we may see like a single member become a face of something, a makeup house, you know, a clothing thing. We may see one member kind of break out for a personal thing for that. And then Knight of Pentacles also talks about just things being slow, taking things one thing at a time. You know, the atmosphere in January may just not be really great for a lot of big business decisions for the girls just yet. So, and they just may be tired. You know, they've been busy. It's been what, debut year, so they've been super busy. Let's see February. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. 6 of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. Okay. See more cups. So I do see more communication, more showing of affection towards people, showing that they're there, but there's a Wheel of Fortune and 6 of Wands, which is like our victory card in reverse. So I do think that kind of means there's some kind of public faux pas. It may not be them. It may just be like a clickbaity thing, you know, pitting the group against something or trying to, you know, anytime you're popular, there's just smear campaigns in the press or people trying to spread rumors, something like that. So there may be something going on negatively out against them in February, or it could be there's a comeback that is not what people wanted. Could be something outside of the box that didn't get well received, but I think their hard work and their admiration for their fans is still felt. I think even if they have some bad publicity, it's like the group's heart is still known to be kind of, this card references being like pure and kind too. So there may be bad things being said or critical things being said, but it's not a reflection of the girls. And I think the public is getting better at separating that for these young groups. I know not all the members are super young, but some of them are. So I think there's like a little bit of a shroud of protection for some of them, outside of kind of maybe some really critical things being said in February. Unfortunately, they're a highly visible group, which means everyone's got a lot to say. So March. See the Empress. Communication. and Queen of Swords. Okay, so if February might have been some kind of pre-release, or again, you know, sometimes when you announce a comeback and then all the rumors start trying to vilify a group right before the comeback. If February was like the negative buildup, March looks like a good month. It looks like it could be a comeback or a promotion of some sort. Creatively, they're on fire. They seem tight-lipped, like they're not like talking personally, where the last couple months it seemed like the girls were probably making a lot of effort to talk to the fans a lot. They're probably too busy in whatever's happening in March. And Queen of Swords means like a very public stance on something. So the comeback could have a very like political or edgy content, you know, concept kind of thing, which they do. You know, they're not afraid to kind of have a really strong image, and the Queen of Swords has a super strong image, so that makes sense for them. Something they're created with a strong image, but it's almost like in a non-personal way. So that makes me think work. It's not having to do with their personal stuff. So whatever was happening in a couple months, they're probably just going to ignore it and keep moving on. For the girls, the company maybe not so much, but the girls themselves, yes. So let's see April. Page of Wands reverse again. Oh, so they're still quiet. They're still quiet in April. We're not seeing a lot of communication or a lot of travel. Like they're just kind of hankered down. It shows more work. They're just working away. This seems more of a pre-planning phase, so they're on to the next thing. Page of Wands, though, means maybe it's not music-oriented, because the page kind of talks about your creativity. But the Pentacles mean there is work. So it's like they're kept busy in April. There could be touring. There could be TV shows. There could be other kinds of appearances. They could be busy doing a lot of other things that aren't music-related in April. You know, there could be someone who is getting into acting in the group, you know, that kind of thing. Someone has a radio show, who knows? But it seems like there's work. It's just not, it's not super creative work. It's busy work. So May. Hangman in reverse. That Nine of Pentacles and that Wheel of Fortune. So May, we're seeing again like more problems for them. The Hangman in reverse means there might be progress. So it could be legal situations that are moving forward finally. It's like the stasis they were in. Remember, they've been quiet the last 2 months. So that stasis seems like it's moving forward. But again, it seems like there's just something out of their control, out of their realm of influence that's controlling them in a lot of ways. And Nine of Pentacles means there's an issue with their finances. So I'm not sure what that's about. I know baby groups, you know, when you debut in K-pop, all your training costs, all your debut costs, that's on you. You have to pay it back. So there could be that. Like they're having their comebacks, they're having their work, but they're still in debt to the company. They're still paying that back. Hopefully not for much longer. And a fan of the group would be able to tell me if that's what it is, or if they've announced that they've paid back all their costs. But I feel like it's only been 1 year, so that's very rare if it has happened. Although a group as big as them could pull it off. But it seems like there is something like that going on financially. Okay, we're working again. The world, something is made manifest. And Four of Pentacles. Okay, so money's not, it's better. It's not super great. There's still like a holding on to everything you have very, very tightly, but the world is now out. So it means whatever was going on with that Wheel of Fortune being in reverse, the world is now clearing that up. So it could be solo debut for someone. You know, it could have been like funds. Someone wanted to debut, but finding the funds, someone had to find investors. They had to work for it. They had to collect it. And now they can have a solo debut. It could mean something else, some other kind of public showing in June. It could be tour. I don't see it so much, but it does seem like I saw another group doing summer tours, so we might see that. It's something where they're out into the public, mixing and mingling. So I'm either seeing solo or tour in June. Seems good for either or. So we're seeing the Two of Cups. We're seeing Two of Wands. And I keep seeing that Eight of Wands popping up. July actually seems more like a traveling month. Could be Japanese or, you know, English or some kind of release in another language almost. Because it does seem like a separation from something they're normally comfortable with or someone they're normally comfortable with. So it could be like going to make fans kind of in a new area. So I feel like they do a lot of English language kind of leaning stuff, but I think they do have a really well-recepted Japanese member, so we may see something like that in July. And again, kind of implying that their usual means of like communications will be cut off, but it could be because they're focusing on new communications in a new direction. So August. That Knight of Cups again. So now maybe more speaking out where they were busy and quiet in the summertime. Maybe they're kind of having more connections with the fans. August. High Priestess and that Pentacle again. Seems like a time for planning again. So again, they might have some downtime, which means they have more time to talk with the fans, get back together. Seems like financially they're trying to get back in a good place. And the High Priestess means they're connecting kind of with what they want. So maybe a brainstorming time to see what's good for their image, what's good for their future content. They may be trying to get feedback from people saying like, what do we do this year? Did you enjoy what we've been doing? Should we do more of this? Should we change concepts? Should we expand? It's a time for planning and looking into themselves and seeing where they want to keep going, where they want to move forward, and where they should invest their money, basically. So yeah, it's an evaluation period in August for the group. So let's see for September. Okay, September. Okay. So September, we're seeing outer influences, contracts, maybe bad contracts or like unstable contracts, because we're still seeing that Six of Swords, which is another kind of traveling card, but it's more of a somber one. So maybe whatever deals they're having to make to go into those new areas, you know, if they're moving into different markets, may not be what they wanted. And, you know, sometimes it does feel like you're making a deal with the devil, you know, quite frankly. And then we have this Page of Swords. So they're kind of stuck. Like it's not about their ideas are not being taken into account for this. So yeah, they're having to kind of probably give up quite a bit to move into a new market. So could just be that it's scary, and also again those contracts maybe are not what they wanted, but they're having to do it to move forward in a place they want to be. So there's just a lot of bad people who use young talent to make money. Let's go into October. Okay, October seems like a much better month, at least as far as their spirits are going. So maybe things were scary, but they're now choosing to be optimistic about it. 7 means you're kind of on your guard, you're watching things, but you're from the high vantage point. So right now you're safe. You know things can be dangerous, but you know you're safe. And they're kind of having to pass up on some opportunities that they didn't think were too good for them. So they're in a better negotiating place now in the following month. And they're quite happy about that. So it could be like, even though they had to make some deals in other markets, when they come back to their home market, their reception, the outer optics of that seem really good. Like that they're doing well in these other markets, you know. It's not that they don't have competition, because they still very much do, but they're much happier about the way, I think, the optics especially look right now for them. And again, they're so busy doing things that they're having, they can give up things they necessarily don't want now. So they're in a better, like, again, negotiating position come October. While the group has a bunch of other things going on. So, November. These girls can't catch a break, I swear. Alright, so November. There's something with the public reception, again, that's kind of negative. So I don't know if more information about something they've been going through comes out. I swear these girls feel like must feel like they're on a roller coaster. Yeah, because there's someone that feels like they've been kind of beat up unfairly. There's things being said in the press that feel unfair, unfairly judged, unfairly kind of like beat up, slandered, and it's causing stress. I don't think it's related to that devil card, because that devil card made me really think of like contracts. But this could be, I don't know, another personal attack on one of the girls. Kind of makes me worried for someone else's history comes up. Again, I'm not saying I feel like they're going to lose another member, because I kind of don't, but I feel like someone's using like a similar tactic and they're already traumatized. Like there's a trauma here, like a nightmare that's reoccurring. So it could be just completely fake. You know how a lot of people just make baseless comments, but there could be more accusations against the girls come November that are going to stress them out. More for them or more for their company. I'm not quite sure. It could be bigger than them. It could be accusations against the company. But either way, it's going to... November feels like a very stressful time. So we got December here. So, again, December shows very positive. Again, this is like a roller coaster, man. So, there may be some legal action taken. There's definitely work. 9 is like sitting high in satisfaction, and the Chariot means good things. So I'm seeing awards, really, truly. This is a man who's proud of everything he's collected, and the Chariot means like moving forward. So with negative press, this may be some positive press that's going to balance things out for them next year. Because again, they're still working and they're still having to keep an eye on all these people who would knock them down. But we have 2 very positive cards about getting things that they've wanted now and worked hard for and continuing to move forward. So I'm seeing awards for them at the end of 2023, which is good news. It means usually if you're winning awards, you're going to continue. And they're from a bigger company, so I don't think they would be going anywhere anyway. But yeah, so maybe some fruits of their labor are finally appearing and they're feeling good about continuing. They've got a hard road. They're a very popular group. A lot of people are going to want to knock them down. So they're going to have to keep fighting. But they've worked hard. So I think we'll see finally some redemption and some validation for them come December of next year. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. Like, again, I just feel poor SSERAFIM is going to get knocked around by the press, and, you know, just realizing that the industry, especially for women, is an ugly place sometimes. But at the end of the day, I think their hard work will pay off, and people are going to see how talented they are even more than they already do. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. And again, if you're interested in one for yourself, you can check out my Etsy page. I do forecasts for 1 month, 6 months, 1 year. You know, you can buy it in whatever increment you're looking for. And I'll do a reading just like this for you. So have a good day, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.